Spoiler Sleepover is sponsored by Gore Clown Shop.
Do you love all things horror? Books? Movies? Podcasts? Of course you do. Well, come on down to goreclown.com.
Original artwork by an indie horror fan for indie horror fans.
Use code SLEEPOVER at checkout to save 15% on your whole purchase.
Oh, and did we mention? Gore Clown is the only place to get official Spoiler Sleepover merch.
So don't forget to use Sleepover to save 15%.
Stay indie, suckers!
Welcome, ladies, gents, and our non-binary friends to Spoiler Sleepover, Season 3, the Season of Suffering. Suffer along with your co-hosts Jason, Michael, and Rob as they watch and review some of the worst films to ever hit the screen. Now, enjoy the show. It'll be a real scream of a time.
Holy fucking shit!
Ah, we're back!
Oh my god. It's... We have to go into this high energy, Rob. We have to keep up high energy this entire season.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, howdy, ladies, gents, and our non-binary friends. The reason being is because, man, is it Season 3, the Season of Suffering, and man, why'd you have to pick this fucking movie?
Welcome to the shit fiesta. No, I didn't pick it. The 20-sided die did. It's not my fault.
Yeah, blame it on the 20-sided die. Oh, my astrology sign. Get fucked.
It was destiny. It was fate.
Yeah, destiny could suck a dick. Either
Seriously.
way. Again, welcome back, ladies, gents, and our non-binary friends. I'm Jason Michael.
I'm Rob.
So, we are back, Season 3, the Season of Suffering. We are talking today about...
Yeah, we are... Oh, boy. We are talking
I really
about...
queued that up shittily.
No, it's... Oh, boy. We are talking about OUTBACK from 2019. Before we jump into our openers or anything, I want to kind of put an apology out there because I am going to shit on this movie so hard, and I picked this movie unaware it was based on a true story. So I'm sorry, but
I didn't know it was a true story until the very end.
I mean, the opening, it tells you that it's a true story. So
I honestly, I clicked the movie and I was like, I'm already fed up with this movie.
Yeah,
I'm already fed up with this movie.
I just kept checking the time on the scroll because I was like, dude, is this over yet? Because it is no.
It's so dark too. Like there's times where I couldn't see a fucking thing, and they're trying to tell a story, and it's like, cool.
Yeah. Well, we'll get into that. We'll get into that in a minute. Let's before we start spoiling this shit fiesta. Jason Michael, what's been keeping you up at night?
Sorry, shit fiesta is literally what happens to everybody after Taco Bell. Well, what I have been being kept up at night by, I might sound a little different. That's because I'm in a new space. We moved, so we are no longer in the old studio, the old museum, if you will. Instead, brand new place. So I got I think it's a better microphone. I hope it sounds better. But I basically reworked my whole setup. So that's been, for the most part, what's been keeping me up at night. Other than that, I've been watching the nail-biting, anxiety-inducing, really hard to watch in a great way, Season 3 of Invincible. Holy fucking shit. And the finale is next week, and holy crap, dude. I'm not even in the universe, but we're so screwed. We're screwed. We're 100% screwed. It's very good. It's a tremendous season, and the animation, like, they took their time making sure that it was, done properly and correctly, and it looks tremendous. It's paid off. Other than that, I have been continuing my watch through of the MCU. I am almost caught up and up to date. I did go see Brave New World which honestly, I loved it. It wasn't the best MCU movie, but it was a strong MCU movie. It was a rooted in reality, like grounded feeling movie. I know there was still fantastical shit, Red Hulk, blah, 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 blah. It was still, comparatively to the stuff I'm currently in the middle of watching, I finished Guardians 3 last night. That was the second time I've seen Guardians 3 as in comparison to seeing it in theaters. It's still so tremendous. I cried.
I was going to say, did you cry again? Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, man. Up next, and this one I haven't seen, I had little to no urge to see, and I know it flopped hard, is The Marvels. So that I'm worried about. I re-watched Eternals for the second time since watching it the first time, and it was bullshit the same way. It was a horrendous movie. I
still haven't watched it.
You don't need to waste 2 hours of your life.
Yeah,
I know that's what we're doing this entire season, but let me just... Season of suffering. Nobody wants to suffer through the Eternals. It's literally basically like gods that can't die, so you have no emotional connection to any of them.
Right.
And then it's like the only thing that can kill them is them or these squiggly, undefined looking tentacle monsters, and you can't even tell what they really are.
Nice.
Yeah. So don't watch Eternals, but do watch Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Yes.
Other than that, that's pretty much it. I can't wait for Earworms, dude. It's been that's what I'm mostly ready for, because haven't been watching, I've been listening. But Rob, what's been keeping you up at night?
Well, so as of last night, I watched Heretic. It got added to Max. Yes, Max. I really wanted to see it when it was in theaters because I'd heard it was good. I was told it's not a horror movie, even though it was advertised thusly, and that it was more of a thriller, which, yeah, it's definitely a thriller. It was not good. I honestly, like, I fell asleep in the last 5 minutes of the movie, woke back up, rewound it, watched it, and I was like, I didn't need to do that. I did not like it. I think I gave it 1 or 2 stars on Letterboxd. It was not good. I did not like it. I get why it exists. I understand what they were trying to do with the story, but I mean, if you like it, you like it. I get why some people would like it, but it wasn't for me. Other than that, I've been watching a lot of shows recently. I started the new show Hunting Party, which is really good. It is on Peacock, I believe, but there's a underground supermax prison where a bunch of serial killers have been held and are being tested on. And these are like serial killers that the world thinks have been executed. So they weren't actually killed. They've been, And the first episode, this secret government prison explodes, and a bunch of these serial killers get out. And so they bring this old agent back, like a forced to retirement agent. She's not old, but
so grizzled who swore she'd never come.
No.
Unless
she's not old.
This happened.
Yeah. So she's put on this special task force to like find them. It's a serial killer a week show. It's like any other like show like that where like, disaster a week, but this one's a serial killer each week. The reason it has held me is the secretive backstories that keep coming in, and also that it's not like all of the other disaster a week shows. People fucking die.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's great. Like the serial killers get to kill. And it's not like we've got to stop them before they make their first kill. No.
Bang!
Certain episodes, it's just like, well, they've killed 6 people already. You're like, all right, you guys suck at your job. Good luck.
I was going to say, it started sounding like Super Jail at first, the way you were describing it.
Oh, I love fucking Super Jail. And then I started watching Station 11, which is also on Max. And that was a suggestion from my fiance to watch. She had seen an ad for it, so we queued it up and started watching, and it's really damn good. Other than that, I have fallen behind on my reading a little bit. I'm still working my way through Skeleton Crew, and I am also reading In the Mountains of Madness by H.P. Lovecraft. So, yeah, that's what's been keeping me up at night.
bringing that joke back. Down in the darkness, spinning.
But let us know what has been keeping you up at night. Let us know if you've been watching Invincible. Let us know if you thought Heretic sucked as well. We want to know. Let us know what's going on with you. And now that we're done with that, Jason Michael has been waiting impatiently to talk about his squiggly little earworm.
Dude, I've been squiggling hard this week. It has been, personally, and I know I've already we've already had the conversation many a times on Rob's feelings, but fuck off. It's my time, damn it. Down here. We have had a great week for music, if you are Jason Michael, because see, that's why I prefaced it. I saw the furrowed brow, like, are you sure? It has been one after another days. Unfortunately, Monday and Tuesday, they were definitely a Monday and Tuesday, but when Wednesday kicked in, boy howdy,
Was it a Monday?
We got a brand new song, music video, tour, and album announced from Ghost. Now,
and merch.
And merch, yep. Can't forget the merch. Merch is going to be a part of every single one of those announcements. But Rob does not like Ghost, and that's perfectly okay. But Satanized by Ghost came out with their new album, Skeleta, I believe, which honestly their tour is called Skeletor, and it's hilarious to me. But Satanized was a better single to come out instead of Call Me Little Sunshine from Impera, their last album. I definitely like Satanized better than Call Me Little Sunshine. It's catchy. It did take me a little bit to get into it, but it's catchy. I like it. I like Ghost because a lot of the songs I can drum to, which, some of the other bands I'm about to talk about I can't entirely do, but that's part of the reason I like Ghost. I saw them on my first Avenged Sevenfold show, and we all know how I feel about them. So that's part of the reason I still like Ghost. Have they made some things that I look at and go, meh? Absolutely. There is good Ghost. Rob does not like it. That's okay. There is good Ghost. After Wednesday, Thursday kicked in, and this, I had just a Tuesday thought of, I wonder what Volbeat's up to. And I don't know why I don't follow them on Instagram, but I clicked on their page and they're like, Thursday, big announcement, music, song, album, tour. And I was like, fuck it, all right. Thursday, By a Monster's Hand. Now, I think I like Satanized more than I like this song because I feel like, yes, it was good. It sounded like Volbeat, but it just was missing something. I don't know if you listened to it or not, but there's a part. Yeah, there's the part that goes, and it goes on and on and on. It feels like it's building up to something, and you're like, ooh, okay. Another, like, maybe that's a pre-chorus, and then it just drops and continues with the song. And you're like, oh, okay. I feel like I was just, teased a little bit there. But I think that song will grow on me, By a Monster's Hand. So that's nice. By a Monster's Hand from Volbeat. And if you're paying attention to our earworms on our Instagram, which if you're not, go follow us on Instagram, Spoiler Sleepover, baby. Please give a round of applause to our earworm of the week. I'm going to call it.
Oh, yeah.
Hymns in Dissonance, the new Whitechapel album, the ninth album.
So good.
Oh,
so short.
It's only 40 minutes, and it's such, like, I don't care, dude. I put that on yesterday. I haven't listened to anything else. Have not listened to anything else, dude. This album punches you in the face hard, and it was
good. I was very pleased. I listened to it twice in a row, and I was just like, not intentionally either, because it's such a short album that I was like, wait a second, this is the first song on the album again. I was like, fuck it, I'll listen to it again.
Dude, like, there's not a bad song in the album. They're all strong in their own ways. Like, I think my favorite is Mammoth God. And then every time I listen to another song, it's like, fuck, that's so good. Like, the way Bedlam kicks in, just like, kick, woo. And it's like, whoa. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's a freaking banger of an album from start to finish. There's just, and it doesn't let up. That's the thing, is like a lot of the newer like hardcore and like death metal and metal bands are leaning more towards adding singing or rapping or whatever into some of their songs. And this was just like, no, none of that shit. We're just going to fuck you in the ears with these brutal vocals. And I was like, thank you. This is exactly what I needed.
Like,
it's so
Valley,
good.
The Valley had a decent amount of like but it also had some singing, which Phil, like 5 foot short dude Phil, is a monster of a vocalist. My brother and I are seeing them on the 21st at the Palladium, and he's a powerhouse. And I cannot wait, especially for this album. Kin, I loved Kin, but it was very sing-songy. My sister-in-law does not like, all the and she hates Lamb of God because of that, but she liked Kin. I
just realized we're going to be the Palladium 2 days apart.
Nice.
You're going to be there on the 21st. I'm going to be there on the 23rd. That's crazy. Paleface.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm going to get a black eye probably. I am definitely jumping into the pit. There's not a chance in hell I'm not doing that.
I mean,
my 40-year-old ass.
That's exactly what my brother and I did for Guar. Like, we sat up top and waited, watched everybody else go. And then Guar came on and we looked at each other and we're like, all right, let's go.
Time to get soaked in fake blood.
And that's exactly what happened. Dude, we were blue and purple and red.
Yeah.
And it wasn't only blood.
Yep.
But so that's what I've been listening to. Ghost, Volbeat, brand new Whitechapel, all things I'm so excited for to see also this summer. So, Rob, what's been squiggling in your ears?
Well, we already talked about Whitechapel, so I'll skip over that. I found a new audio drama. Well, not new, but new to me, called Fathom. I have been going through it mentally again recently, and music has been 50-50 for me. It's been like, yeah, this is great. No, this is terrible. I can't do it. And I decided I needed a audio escape. So I started looking for a new audio drama, which I hadn't done in a while. And I found this one called Fathom. It is the first part of another audio drama called Derelict. So it takes place in the future. There is a organization that does like black site investigations. So this one, Fathom, takes place in the ocean, where an oil company accidentally stumbled upon a door. It's giant circular door at the bottom of the ocean.
Oh.
Yeah. And in the studies, there are hinges, but the hinges don't have any creases. There's no... They've dug around the thing and can't find any opening to be said. It just looks like a completely solid circular thing with sort of hinges on it, and they're not sure what's in there, and so they're trying to figure it out. The cool part about it is that I had to keep checking the first episode because I'm like, did I miss something? Did I start on the wrong episode? Because it just starts. You get to know the characters as the episodes go on, but it starts after one of the two scientists sets a bomb off inside of an area of this underground facility, or this underwater facility. It is awesome. I don't want to say anything more, but the Fathom is in 2 parts. So part 1 follows one character, and then part 2 follows another character, and the first character and this one end up meeting up at one point. It is really good if you enjoy audio dramas. Looking at you, Mr. Cyrene. I sent him a bunch of suggestions. I almost sent him this one, but I was like, I'm going to talk about it in the episode. He'll hear about it. I highly recommend. It's the audio mix itself is awesome. Like when the water's pouring in, they use like left and right mics and everything. When there's explosions, when there's sounds coming, they mixed everything so well. There were explosions in the first 2 episodes that literally made me jump just from audio alone. Like they did such a good job with it. So check out Fathom. I'm listening to it on Spotify, but I'm more than sure that it's got to be on everything. The company that put this one out has done a bunch of DC audio dramas as well, Batman ones and stuff like that. So I've heard a ton of their stuff before, and they do a really good job with their audio dramas. So so check out Fathom. I'm looking forward to getting through this so I can listen to Derelict, which takes place in outer space. So yeah, the main character, her wife, is actually on the space. So it'll be interesting to have these two, like the connection between the two stories, one underwater and one in space. So it should be interesting. Again, it takes place in the future. So
I don't know which is scarier, being all the way down at the bottom of the ocean or just floating in space. Like,
they're both horrifying.
I was gonna say, like, we have to this season talk about some good movies occasionally. Underwater,
fucking fantastic.
It's a fantastic, but dude, I hate underwater shit because I feel like everybody's got a little bit of thalassophobia.
Oh yeah,
but holy fuck, like
yeah,
that's why I was hoping that the Meg was going to be good, because it looked like it was supposed to be, and then it just wasn't.
I like the Meg. I didn't like the Meg 2. I thought the Meg 2 Electric Megaloo was a piece of shit. Look at that. Beat you to it.
Dude, we could write a fucking script about each other, and like we'd probably write the same goddamn thing. Dumb.
Yeah,
we're dumb.
There's only and then the last thing. Shamelessly, I have listened to this a few times myself. This is more of a plug, but I released my album. I mentioned it that I was working on music in episode 0, and the album is complete.
Woo.
I put it in as an earworm for the week a week ago, because it came out a week ago.
Cheeky bitch.
Yeah. So yeah, you can find it if you have stumbled across the Instagram. I did make an Instagram for the music. The link is in there. If you are looking for the link, you can just reach out to us and I'll send it to you. I am only on Bandcamp. There's not really much of an audience for noise artists and glitch artists on Spotify or any other platform, as far as I've seen. I mean, I follow a few on Spotify, but that scene really kind of lives on like Bandcamp. So I am on there. It also is free. I just had to upload everything myself, song by song, but it's up. And give Journey Through Death a listen. That is the name of the album. I am currently working on 2 more albums at the same time, both themed. Each album will be themed. So I'm hoping that within the next couple of months, one of the 2 will be out. I'm working off of emotion, so we will see which one happens. They're both themed, so I will not reveal the themes here, but I will let Jason Michael know what they are off the air.
Does this one have the walking through fall leaves feeling song?
Yes. Yep. It has. Yep. Footed Winter Flame, I believe. Actually,
that's right.
Is the first song, if I remember correctly. So, yeah.
Footed Winter Flame. Another earworm of the week, right there. Footed Winter Flame. Like, when you described that to me, I was like, that is the best fucking thing I've ever heard. Just that feeling alone is so tremendous. But then all of a sudden you're like, yeah, I put it in music. It's like, huh?
Yeah.
you did what? But I can't wait. It's been a very busy week, and especially with all that music, I can't wait to hear this. Like, just the stuff you sent to me alone. The album came together so well. I have given the fair warning. It's a concept album. So once you go to the page before you hit play, I advise scrolling down a little bit and reading the description of what the album is. I explain what you're about to go through. It is a journey in sound, but it's a journey of fear, basically. So tracks 7, 8, and 9 are audibly harsh, is the only way I can put it. So just be prepared. So is that the
yeah, they're rough songs but it is necessary. Take the journey. I'm more than open and happy and willing to discuss Fear with anybody after listening to it. The last track is an homage to one of the greatest writer, directors, actors of all time, David Lynch. So the last track on the album is an actual song. Like, it's not just it's not noise, it's not tonnage, it's not distortion, it's an actual song. I wrote a song, no lyrics, but I wrote a song in the vein of the score of a David Lynch film. So It is my little homage to him, because I wanted to put something in there. It's also a hint to one of the albums that I'm currently working on. So yeah,
I like it.
Let me know if you want to listen to it, and I'll get you in the right direction.
Nice. That's what we have been listening to for our earworms, and of course, now after earworms, we've got a little Rob.
Nice.
What has been creeping it really real? Yeah.
So there's 1,000 things that we could talk about, but I think you suckers know us way too well at this point, and there's only one actor that we need to discuss right now, and one franchise that needs to be discussed. So I'm going to say the first thing real quick, and we're just going to move past it because we have a bit of a discussion on what else. But David Howard Thornton, Screamboat, comes out April 2nd. Just got announced, so that's exciting. I'm amped to see it. It's getting a theatrical release, which is even more exciting because I thought it was going to be a streaming release, but they have announced theatrical, which is really cool.
I think it's a 5-day run or something.
I don't care how many days it is. It's getting a theatrical release, and I'm going to try my damnedest to go see it in theaters. But with him in mind, we need to discuss, because we've gone over this time and time again. It has been announced, Damien Leone has said Terrifier 4 is the final Terrifier movie.
Yeah.
There will not be a 5. 4 is it. We're getting an even number, which drives me fucking crazy. I do not like it. Don't like it at all. Fucking make it 3 or make it 5. Do not make it 4. That pisses me off. But he has said it is the final Terrifier film.
The final episode with Dead Body Bathtub on the franchise, unfortunately.
On the franchise, yeah. Not the final episode with them, though. We have quite a few things on the docket with them, so that's going to be exciting. But he's said that it's also, we are getting the art backstory. So how fucking long is this movie going to be?
Dude, I'll take a fucking 3-hour Terrifier movie. I know Terrifier 2 was like 2 and maybe 17 minutes. And the third one was 2:04, I think.
You know what I'm thinking? I think we're still going to get 5 movies. I think he's going to call Terrifier 4. It's going to be a part 1, part 2.
It's going to end in saying to be continued.
Yeah, we're going to get...
will return in Infinity War.
Oh my God, Jesus. Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of, is because this is going to be a rushed story. He took his damn time with 3 in the story. Nothing was really rushed. There's no way Jonathan's dead, so we have to hit on that. If we're doing the backstory, we're going to get Art the serial killer before the death and demonic possession, and then we have to go to hell. We have to deal with all of that stuff.
I think it's doable. In like maybe at least a 2.5. I think.
I don't know.
Because, I mean, what really are we going to get out of this backstory? Like, I don't think we're going to get the whole Art grew up as a child with an abusive, drunk father. I don't think we're going to get like that deep into it. I mean, if we see what he was doing before that Halloween night in 2016, like, I'm okay with that. That's literally all the backstory I need.
Right.
I just hope he doesn't talk. I hope he is a selective mute / maybe way back when, again, rough childhood, traumatic childhood, fucking through some sort of, it's going to sound, I'm way too excited about this thought and it sounds really dark. I'm so sorry. But through some sort of like abuse, maybe his vocal cords were crushed or severely damaged to the point where he can't talk. Like maybe something like that. I do not want a voice to Art the Clown, even though it was like the backstory. I don't want it. That's personally me. It's like watching another fucking werewolf fight. I don't want it. God damn it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm on the fence. If we're going back and we're talking serial killer, human Art, I mean, my worry isn't that the human is going to talk. I'm not too worried about that. I'm more worried that we're just going to get like this Freddy Krueger shit. Because he's using all of these tools and like he builds his own shit to kill. And it just, even the sequence in the first Terrifier, when we see him assembling these things, it's very Freddy Krueger assembling his glove. Then that's my fear, is like, what else is Art other than a clown Freddy at this point? Because Freddy's also dead. Gets you in your dreams. He lives in hell. Okay. Art is, he's possessed by a demon. He's dead. So I don't know. I mean, I'm going to go out on a limb, and so far I've been fucking wrong with everything. Everything I said about 3, I was wrong. So I'll probably be wrong again, but I do think, I have a feeling that part 4 or Terrifier 4 is going to be a 2-parter, because honestly, I
won't be upset at that either.
I mean, just call it fucking 4 and 5 at that point. It's just ridiculous. But
I think as long as everyone keeps it zipped tight and nobody says anything and it doesn't get out to the public, and then opening night people are sitting there and the credits roll and it goes to be continued, I think that's going to be the greatest fucking gotcha of all time.
That was like Wicked. End of part 1. What? Yeah. There were so many people just pissed in the theaters. I was also like, yeah, dude. Like, do you want to sit here for 5 hours?
Oh my god. Yeah, I honestly, if they do a Terrifier 4 and that's it, I'll be happy. Unfortunately, it'll be the end. My main worry, and it's going to be years down the road, and I don't think Damien is going to give up the rights to this in any way, shape, or form. But if by some strange cosmic coincidence something goes terribly wrong and we get a Terrifier reboot, it's not going to be the same. There can be it's like watching. You don't want to watch any other Wolverine besides Hugh Jackman. You don't want a fucking Jackie Earle Haley Freddy Krueger. You want a Robert Englund. David Howard Thornton is Art the Clown. He's the only Art the Clown. He can't be played by anybody else. Like, professional mime. Well, true, but at the same point, who knows his name off the top of their head? And I feel bad for saying it, but at the same point.
Somebody does. Somebody's like, you fucking assholes. And we're like,
well, listen, we love David Howard Thornton.
Yeah.
What can we say? So,
sue us, Jesus.
Don't do that.
Yeah, no. I don't have the money for that.
Have a educated conversation with us, and we will gladly just say no.
Yeah. So. How about no? How about licking your elbow?
We are David Howard Thornton stands in this fucking chat, otherwise known as the fact that I am wearing currently not 1 but 2 different pieces of Terrifier merch.
Oh my god!
For it, Rob can see the little hacksaw, and on the back.
Oh, that's dope.
And then the tank top with the art face on it.
Dude. Double down. That hoodie is dope. Where did you get that?
Double David, baby. It's from Ink Poisoning Apparel.
Nice.
I've seen it on, my Instagram ads, and I was like, fuck it. Why not? Let's go grab it. And then it was very quick turnaround. It shipped within a day.
Holy shit.
So, oh yeah. And it's comfy too.
Independent press, baby.
Hell
That's
yeah.
My wonderful barbarian crew neck.
Hell yeah.
I love this fucking thing. Go back to season 1.
Yep. But you'll see.
Listen to that episode. Real low audio.
Yeah. You'll see pictures of our wonderful independent apparel on the Instagram. So definitely keep an eye out for that. But that is what's been creeping it real. And David Howard Thornton,
we love you.
Yeah,
we love you, David. You're an amazing human.
You. Please don't ever let Art the Clown be played by anybody else.
No.
It's not allowed.
Go full Art the Clown if someone else tries to do it and saw them from crotch to cranium.
With a chainsaw in a bedroom with bleach and salt while they are frantically screaming duct taped mouth and topless. Anyway,
yes.
We are not here to talk about Terrifier again. But we will. We're here to talk about 2019's Outback.
Oh, boy. All right.
Let the suffering officially begin.
Yes. Yeah. So this was one of my movies. It was the first pick. If you listen to episode 0, you would know that already. This movie was written by Brian Kelly and Mike Green and directed by Mike Green. Both of these gentlemen have just done indie shorts from what I could find. The name Mike Green seemed familiar.
Right.
And I must have seen one of his shorts because when I looked up what he had done, some of it looked familiar, but none of it was like, oh yeah, no, I definitely know. But okay. Yeah. So the synopsis for the film is honestly pretty damn spot on. Down under, for an adventure-filled vacation, a young American, dumbasses, couple quickly find themselves stranded in an unforgiving Australian outback. Yep, this is what happens when you're a dumb bitch and you say no. And then you fuck shit up. So the movie opens with... I was so like, uh-oh, because it started and I was like, shit, this is based on a true story. I done fucked up because I want to talk shit about tragedy.
I'm gonna help you out here because even though it was based on a true story, this did not need to become a movie. There was no reason for this film to be made. Like,
no, God, no. And I don't know why. Like,
it literally, there was not really anything entertaining in this movie. Like, it was kind of sad and bitter between the couple the entire fucking time. And you're like, ooh, ooh.
And it's not even a horror film. I don't know why it was under horror. This is a thriller at best. And I wouldn't even call it a thriller. It's just a tragedy.
Seriously.
But the movie opens with the subtitles, June 2015, high school sweethearts Wade Kelly and Lisa Sachs, I guess is how you pronounce that, traveled to Australia for a beachside vacation. Beachside. Mm-hmm. The ordeal has become Outback legend. And yes, it fades.
That's right.
Yeah, it fades. The rest of the words fade out and you see Outback. So the movie just opens with them at the airport and Wade is pissed looking at a map, a paper map, I may add, that he's marked a bunch of shit off on. And Lisa is just chillaxing inside waiting for fuck if I know. They just don't.
Yeah, I thought she was waiting on luggage at least, and then she's just like looking around, sees Wade outside, and goes. And it's like, all right.
Thanks for waiting for me.
I guess your bags are gone.
Yeah, but she's got bags in her hand, and she's wearing that giant backpack the entire time she's sitting inside. So, anyway, I guess their car, that must have been what it was the rental car. They got a mix up. They take a cab to another spot, get the car, whatever. Wade's being a dick. Fast forward, really what it comes down to is he proposed to her on the airplane in front of everybody.
In front of everyone.
And she said, how about no? And yeah.
The knowledge bomb he drops shortly after that when they're like in a spat is like, you know what the flight attendant said to me? She said I could do better.
Yeah.
She said, I deserve better. And it's like, buddy,
Yeah.
it's making it hard, really, really hard to like either of these characters because
dude, you don't like any of them, either of them, the entirety of the movie. They're both just not good people. Like,
like
she says a line later that fucking took me, and I was like, I out loud while watching it, after she says that line, I said, go fuck yourself. It's just like, how fucking selfish. But
oh my God.
So this whole trip is for them to see the beaches of Australia. Mm-hmm. Wade's not happy, clearly. They go and see the opera house. He fakes joy, flips off the camera. They finally go to the beach, and she's just trying to ham it up like, well, let's just be here together. Like, don't let this ruin it. Like, don't let me professing my love in front of hundreds of people on an airplane and you saying no affect the fact that we're out here together in a country that neither of us are fucking from. Eat a dick. Like, okay. So they go to the beach. We get this like lovey-dovey montage with,
it's like all of a sudden everything looks fine.
Yeah. And then he gets stung in the leg by a jellyfish. And
which I know I said this is a dark movie and you can't really see shit. I didn't see the jellyfish until after he was stung. Like, the camera alludes to it.
The camera shows it twice before he gets stung. So like,
I couldn't see it.
Yeah. You know what my biggest thing is? The movie wasn't even too bad. Like, I watch all my movies in my office with low light or no light. So dark movies don't generally bother me. What drove me nuts is the audio mix for the first half of this movie before they hit the Outback. There's a moment they go to a gas station and she says something to him and a truck drives by. I have no idea what she fucking said. Like, it's just like, as if it, I was just like, I hope that wasn't important because I have no idea what the fuck she just said.
Hey, whatever you do, don't forget the.
Yeah, seriously.
I'm sorry, what? I said.
But
fucking great, thanks.
She does the most fucking American thing after he gets stung too. She was like, they should really warn tourists about this. Like,
Bitch, I'm pretty sure there's signs.
There has to be. They're also in Australia. Everything wants you dead out there. Like, calm the fuck down. Like, be on high alert. Jesus.
They start foreshadowing some of the things that'll kill you by naming like 55 different species of kangaroo and like the
black-headed
deadliest snakes.
Yeah. And then the black-headed python, which they then show a picture of, which you're like, well, we're seeing that fucking thing. And we do. God, yeah. Twice.
100%. And it's like, cool. Oh my God. Yeah. And the fact this movie irks me. It is, I will say, not a horrendous movie, but there was no point in this thing being made. The mixing was terrible. Like, there's some sound design where it's like, it's later while they're stuck in the Outback. Oh, he said it. But all of a sudden the sound just goes, and it's like, what just happened? Yeah. So, you know what? Yeah, it's...
I feel like this is a 2019, like, far too late for the trend, but after what is it? That movie with fucking James Franco, the true story one where
100 something hours.
Yeah. After that movie came out, there were so many true stories about people being stranded that they were like, oh, let's make a movie on that because the James Franco one did well. And honestly, I watched the James Franco one. I was like, this is gruelingly boring. Like, I understand that somebody survived something and sawed their own arm off, but like, fuck me, this is boring.
We're supposed to watch Scooby-Doo with some hot sorority girls or whatever. I'm pretty sure it was the running joke that made him live. Or it was like there was an inflatable Scooby-Doo outside their dorm or whatever. It was a fever dream movie.
Yeah, it was just, I don't know. It was a movie, but
yeah,
this one is just in the same vein. So Lisa changes the plans. They're out there. She decides she wants to see the Outback. They stop at a gas station, as I previously mentioned, with a lot of noises. She goes in and gets gas, and they're filling a gas tank as well. And then he goes in to pay, and he's limping because of the jellyfish sting that he has not had treated on. Oh yeah, Lisa refuses to pee on it. I should mention that.
Piss
Lisa
becomes a big thing in this movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Lisa refuses to pee on it. She says, "Do it yourself," which, all right, man.
Possible.
Like, yeah. Nope. Not going to say what I was going to say. Never mind.
Good save. Good save.
So he goes in to pay and he grabs kangaroo jerky and asks the dude at the counter, he's like, "Is this any good?" He's like, "I don't know, mate. I don't eat it. We only have it here for the tourists." And Wade just goes, "I'll take it," which I thought was hilarious. I was like, all right, cool. He's just leaning into it where Lisa's like unknowingly being a fucking tourist. Wade's just like, fuck it. We're here. I might as well.
And that's like my favorite thing is just going, "I'm not from here. Sorry."
Yeah.
Like that was my excuse for some of my driving in Canada was I'm not from here. I don't know your lights.
Yeah. The best part is the part that follows for me. That was the only moment I actually laughed and I was like, oh, this might end up being a decent film. I was wrong, but they drive by a kangaroo roadkill and they have this discussion about, like a kangaroo roadkill here is the same as a deer back home. And Lisa makes the argument of, again, more foreshadowing. What about us? Like, we're living. What if we were on the side of the road? Would you just drive by and not care? Like, what? Huh? That's the dumbest thing ever. And she was like, well, kangaroos. And she's all like being supportive of like protecting kangaroos. And then the camera just cuts and she's fucking eating the kangaroo jerky.
She is mowing down on that kangaroo jerky.
Wade just like looks at the bag, looks at her and goes, "Whatever you say, chief." Which fucking killed me. I was just like, he's still mad. And like, he's just like, not even going to tell her. He's like, "Yeah, fucking you eat that kangaroo, you dumb bitch." Like,
I loved the line of after the whole beach thing. She's like, "You've seen one beach, you've seen them all, but there's only one Outback." And it's like, well, actually, there's over 678 locations of Outback Steakhouse restaurants in the U.S.
Hey-o!
All right, now that I got that shit joke out of the way, I thought of that while watching the movie. I was like, that's going to be dumb to say, but I'm going to do it anyway. I made myself chuckle. Damn it.
That made me laugh. I was just like, he's gonna make an actual Outback Steakhouse joke, isn't he? Yeah. He sure is.
That's all I could think of this entire film was like, man, Outback Steakhouse wasn't that bad, but I've only been there, I think, like twice.
Yeah.
I don't even know where an Outback is from here.
Because I had to keep this in mind while I was watching this, that this took place in 2015, right? Mm-hmm. Because it was driving me crazy because there were moments where I'm like, dude, what the heck? Yeah, 2015. So I'm like, why aren't they doing X, Y, and Z? Why is he doing this way? Why is he doing that? That was 10 years ago. But 10 years ago, technology still wasn't like up to snuff and on certain things.
Hated that realization.
Yeah. So
didn't need that.
Wade being what we find out, they decided to go to the Outback, but we find out that he is going to basic training. So he's in the military. And that ends up being the reason Lisa doesn't want to get married yet. She doesn't want to be a military wife, which is rare, but okay. I lived in San Antonio. I would see dudes before deployment meet a rando at the bar and then they'd be married the next day. So it's a thing, and the women go for it because there's pay for them in it. But she didn't want to go for it, and she says the fucking line. I wrote it down because this is the one where I out loud, I was like, "Fuck you, bitch." She said, "I've got to focus on me before I can focus on us." How about don't get into a relationship? Like, just don't. If that's your mindset, then fuck off. Be fucking single. Why are you running this dude's heart through the fucking ringer if all you want to do is be a selfish bitch?
Why do you want to go to an entirely different country with this person if you only want to focus on yourself? There are so many plot holes with this, and it's, again, based
why
on
the ending story. Made me so angry.
Yeah.
I was like, I know this is based on a true story, but
I was kind of hoping that the ending was going to be like what I thought it was going to be in Frozen. Oh.
Yeah. That's what,
Meow.
yeah. But so going back to the point I was making was Wade knows that there's no cell service out there. So he has a nav that's pre-downloaded and navigates all of these pre-downloaded maps so that they know where they're going at all times without cell service, which is great. Also very confusing because he has a fucking physical map. Like he has a paper map. Why he didn't pull that out once is beyond me. I mean, granted, he's mapped out the beaches, but that doesn't mean that other portions of where they're going wouldn't be on there. I don't know.
Because then the movie would be over and we wouldn't actually have this movie. But
it's not a movie. I mean, it's a movie, but it's based on a true story, which means that the real Wade was that dumb. I'm sorry. Rip. But so they go out. They go to the Outback. The map keeps rerouting them, keeps telling them to U-turn, and they're fucking lost. Wade gets out to take a look around, see if he can see anything, which for why, and has to pee. And then we get to see the black-headed python. There it is. It shows up. I was like, oh my God, a snake's going to bite a snake. But no, he just kicks some sand at it and it goes away.
Is it big? Oh yeah, it's massive. The snake was too. Dick joke. Got him.
Perfect.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. Didn't make me laugh at all because I figured he's going to make a dick joke. It's got to be. So
100%.
Which doesn't make it any better that I just did the same fucking thing. God damn it. I'm not any better. I apologize. Sorry.
How dare you?
You guys deserve better.
But unfortunately, you're not getting it this season because we're suffering and you're suffering with us.
It's true. Yeah, the puns will be so much. It's going to be so bad. Dude, you started it with the Outback Steakhouse joke. Don't even fucking start with me.
Oh, God, this sucks. I hate this season. Hey, thanks for joining us on the final episode of Spoilers.
Episode 1 and the last one.
Man,
episode last one, season 3, the final season. So they stupidly make the decision to hike to this. Yeah, it's a mountain, basically. They want to hike there so they can get a better view. Like they're going to fucking see anything. Mm-hmm. And it's not like when you're out in the desert, something that looks like it's right there is not right the fuck there. It's right the way the fuck out there. And they find that out, unfortunately. And we find out that they hiked for over an hour. Like that's bananas. After 30 minutes, I'm like, fuck this shit. We're turning around. Like, and like it's too far. But they go. They see nothing. Guess what? We also fucking see nothing. They're like, look at this view. And it's just a dark screen. I was like, yeah, look at. Congratulations. Yeah, that's absolutely beautiful. I could close my eyes and see the same fucking thing. Great job, guys. Like,
and over the next, I think it was 6 days total, is the course of the rest of this movie. And it's literally walk through the Outback, get lost at night.
Yeah.
Can't see shit at night. Scorpions. Like,
my favorite thing is I made myself laugh while I was taking my notes because my notes all just say things like, where is it? I gotta find these. Yes, you're hearing the paper crinkle. We are both old school here. We use paper. We've both tried to do digital notes and it just doesn't work for some reason.
No, it was bad. You can go back to season 2 and listen to. I'm pretty sure that was Child's Play 1 and 2 or 2 and 3, and you can hear me just go,
Yeah. So my notes say, bad. Lost in dark, sleep outside, night, day 1.
Yep.
And then I go down to sleep outside, scorpion crawls inside Lisa's jacket, night, day 2. Yep. I just keep putting that because they keep popping up on the screen with the days. Lisa hears howling and runs away, night, again, day 3. I actually wrote again.
Oh my God.
Here we go. Lisa records video on phone. Wade has a tummy ache. Night. Day 4.
I mean, literally, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. It's all the same stuff. They separate. like you can hear Wade yelling, trying to find her, and she just takes off in the opposite direction.
Dude, really? Well,
I get it.
I have to,
you're out somewhere screaming. It could sound like it's coming from anywhere.
But you're also 3 days without food or water.
Yeah.
So you're already disoriented, and she's been stung by a scorpion. So we've already jumped ahead. They had to sleep outside after the first day. Couldn't find shit. They woke up the next day. Wade's leg is infected to fuck.
Yeah, it is.
It looks gnarly. That was really good. I got to give them props.
The makeup done by the best last name ever, Lucy Wolfman.
Yeah.
Spelled Woolf. So close.
I don't know. So this was the thing that got me. They did that close up of Lisa after she took off of her lips, like all cracked and dried. I'm like, how? How did they fucking do that? That is so dope. Like, it looks real.
Winter, and I need chapstick galore. But watching this movie, I was like, yeah. Just slathering chapstick.
So they sleep outside the first day. They hike more. They find jack shit. They keep getting lost. They bitch and complain. They sleep outside again. A scorpion appears, crawls on Wade, crawls into Lisa's jacket. Cut to the next day. Lisa, no wakey uppy. There's puke everywhere. Wade freaks out, carries her, gets tired, finds a good spot to hide. There's moisture, which is good, and it's a good sign. He makes a giant SOS sign out of stones on the ground after he sees a plane fly overhead. Then he makes a plan because they're lost because they weren't mapping themselves. And he grabs a stick and he drags it, trying to find the car again. So he leaves himself a trail, which is genius and very smart. And he should have fucking done that from the first place. But he was too angry at the heartless bitch that broke his heart on an airplane. So I don't blame him. Lisa wakes up and freaks out and then hears whatever they are. Maybe it's dingoes, maybe it's wolves, who fucking knows?
I think it was dingoes. I think we talked about it.
Well, she says, what are those dingoes? And he says, I don't fucking know. Like, how is he supposed to know? He doesn't live in Australia. He's American, you dumbass. We dodged a bullet twice.
Jesus.
So, he helped. He's like, take my hand, son. Let's get you out of this situation.
Based on a true story. Ooh.
This is literally, you can skip this movie because I'm going to give you the rest of the movie in 10 seconds. This is a 30-second review here, I guess. But Lisa takes off.
Review, newest segment. Woo! It continues.
Lisa takes off, falls back to sleep at night. Wade finds the car. He apparently left the lights on, which is weird because if the lights were on.
I thought it was his phone that was plugged in was the problem. But
right. And then he says he left the lights on, which is confusing because they're in the outback. It's pitch black dark. How'd they not see the headlights?
Right? You could have easily turned around and been like, oh, it's over there. Let's go back.
Yeah. So unless it was the inside dome light, but it was the headlights. He said headlights. Anywho, he finds the car and then realizes we need water. We can drink our pee. And
drink that piss.
So, before he finds the car, he trails back to find her backpack, which has the water bottle that has no water in it, and he pees in it, and then he drinks his own pee.
Piss.
And then he finds the car, and he tries to pee again, but he's all dried out.
This is the stupidest fucking thing. I understand survival, but at the same point.
It wasn't his survival that he was thinking about. So he drinks the windshield wiper fluid out of the car to make pee. And he fills the bottle with pee. And then he hikes back. Keep in mind the whole time, Lisa hasn't fucking moved. She ran away and then just was like, this is a good spot. Now she has pseudo survived off of condensation, not pee. So she's been like,
and shit.
Yeah. I love that shot when she like finds that the whatever plant has those really thin leaves on it, and she's like sucking the condensation off of it, and then it cuts to her and she just has the leaves like plastered to her face and she's just like zoned out, staring off into nothing. I was just like, holy shit. So she finally comes to. Wade is out trying to find her again after realizing the car is fucking dead and making pee for her to drink so that she can stay hydrated. And
it's a survival. This is do or die. This is a life and death situation. I drink pee.
I would too.
If I had the choice of living or dying and it all came down to drink some fucking pee, dude, pee's sterile. All right. Would it taste great? No. Would it smell great? No.
Right.
Would the burps be great? Horrendous. But
and that's the thing is with the wiper fluid, your kidneys, they clean out
I have adult
things that pass through you. Say that again.
I have adult knees, actually.
No.
There you go.
But
Did
they
you really want to hear that a second time?
No, nobody needed to hear that a second time. My bad.
Fuck, it's puns again. God damn.
Yeah.
The season sucks.
You're 2 for 2. They so it sterilizes whatever's coming out. So his pee it's not wiper fluid anymore. So he literally refueled his own tank to make pee to save Lisa. Just wild. So Lisa finally comes to, sees the trail, like sees the stick trail that Wade had made days prior, and follows it. She's like, Wade! And then she follows it and finds him, and he has blood on his lips, and he's groaning and holding his belly, and he's not feeling well because he drank wiper fluid. Oh my God, dude. Yeah. He reaches for the bottle of pee, and he's like, I got water for you. And she's like, what is it? And he's like, it's water. And she was like, that's not water. And he's just like, but I made it for you. Like, I made it for you. Like, I wanted to laugh so hard, but I was just like, I can't. The homeboy's dying right now. This is ridiculous.
The kidneys are shutting down real quick.
Yep. And then Wade promptly dies, coughs up a bunch of blood, and dies. Lisa sleeps with the corpse, not sexually, just nap time on his muscular chest, and smells the pee and apologized to the dead body and
took a sip, spit it out. He made that for you and you wasted it.
Yeah. And she's apologizing that she can't do it. And then she finally does it. And then we get this montage of her just following the trails and like just drinking pee. Like, dude, it's like a solid.
She was housing that bottle of pee.
It's so long of her just like, it's like this intense music and her like stumbling through the outback and then just cuts to her like just pounding pee. Oh man,
it's supposed to be like this dramatic, tense, emotional scene.
Yeah,
but then you remember she's just drinking pee, dude.
Yeah, I'm sure putting it's like, down.
You know, like sweet tea or whatever. But at the same point, you're looking at it going,
yeah,
she's just down in bottles of piss, man.
Yep, she's amped. She got past the grossness, and she's a pee fiend. So she finds the car, goes in to do something, and
glove compartment.
Oh yeah, she grabs the ring.
Finds the ring,
and
I made it with you in mind. I made it special for you. Yeah, second thing he's made for you, you bitch.
I thought second. That was the first thing. The pee was the second thing.
But the pee was definitely more important because she said no, and then finally she drank the fucking pee. She said yes to the pee before she said yes to the ring.
Ooh, what a
bitch.
What a kinky bitch. Yeah, she gets in the car, and somehow the black-headed python is also in there. We get to see that bad layer again. Open. Yeah, probably.
I think he did. He left the lights on. He left the door open. Man, this guy just hates car batteries.
He hates cars.
Do? Fucking leave the AC running next time?
Right?
Oh.
But she gets away from the snake and then collapses outside after shutting the car door. And then we get a mirage of somebody, pouring water into her mouth. She sees Wade, and then it goes out of focus per usual. And then it's some outback lady who hugs her. And then we get subtitles again. The cattle musterer. I don't know what a musterer is, but okay. The cattle musterer was alerted to the couple's distress when she spotted Wade's SOS in the creek bed. Wade's body was returned to the U.S. The coroner's report stated he died of kidney failure from drinking wiper fluid. You don't say. Like, there's another subtitle at the end, but I was just too damn pissed to give a shit. But Lisa
went where Lisa lives now.
Yeah, Lisa's alive. She went to nursing school, and she lives in like Missouri or something like that now. But yeah, that's the end. I was really expecting them
That's
both.
it, folks.
Yeah, I was expecting them both to die, but
Seriously.
nope. Yeah, Lisa lives. I told you I was going to feel bad about this because I have feelings. The movie wasn't great. It was fucking boring. It was annoying. These characters sucked. Yes, and this is why I feel bad. This is a real disaster. This happened to real people. It sucks that I have to. I don't have to, but I'm going to say this. Lisa's a bitch, and she's probably out there. She'll never hear this, but dude, what the fuck?
We're gonna get a real angry inbox message soon. Uh-oh.
Probably, but whatever. I get everyone has to walk their own path and go through their own journeys in life, but this was not it, man.
But you don't bring someone else on that journey with you, and then in a real pinnacle, fine point time of your together experience, you then drop the thing of, I just need time for me.
Yeah. No, you don't do that.
Like they've been expecting that this entire fucking time. But that is 2019's Outback.
Yep.
All right. I think the only thing we can give a bloody legend to right now is the bottle of pee.
Oh, 100%. I had that ahead of time.
Yeah, there's no other bloody legend in this movie.
No.
Like, hell, even we're continuing how we ended Winter Horror Month of just props being the bloody legends.
Yeah, I feel like if the movie is shit enough, it's gotta be a prop or a moment or a corpse or something that isn't an actor, writer, director, or anything.
Bottle of pee, baby.
The piss wins this one because this movie was no bueno.
No.
It got 1 star. So I gave it 1 star in Letterboxd, and I wanted to wait until we were recorded, but I was like, oh yeah, there's not a lot of people who listen that actually know I have a Letterboxd or followed me, so no one's going to get the spoiler of the spoiler. But
so then with that being said, Rob, out of 10 piss bottles, how many piss bottles would you give Outback from 2019?
1. It's not good. I mean,
it's not. Really, it's not.
Yeah, and
there were some pretty scenes. Like the cinematography wasn't horrendous for what it was. Like there's beautiful shots of the Outback and of Australia. But at the same point, there's not a lot of saving graces in this movie. So I would agree with the 1 as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there was, I do like the audio mix once they hit day 3 of the Outback, just because they really play into the fact that it's like the insects, the animals, and everything that live in the Outback are just living their life and fucking loudly. And it becomes like this cacophony of like overwhelming sound. Yeah. And I thought that was cool. I was like, well, they did a really good job with this. I don't know if this was, they just recorded what they were hearing while they were there, and this is what they did, or if they, took sounds and mixed them in after, but I did enjoy that. But yeah, what about you? How many bottles of piss do you give this movie?
Oh, I'd 100% agree with the 1. It is. This is a tremendous.
I give it 100 bottles of piss, and I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
Oh my god, yeah, it's just not a great movie. Again, based on a true story. That's sad, 100%. But this is a movie that did not need to be made. It's a story that you could have wrote in a book if you wanted to, and if you didn't want to write it, you could have commissioned somebody, or you could have just like fucking word of mouth, and it doesn't need anything else.
Right.
Like, what benefit did this have to the true story by becoming a movie?
This episode.
Man. Sorry, Wade. Your legacy hurts, bud.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah, it's not a great movie, and it's a strong way to start off the season of suffering. But
sure is.
That's what we got. We got our ratings, and we got our bloody legend. Both bottles of piss.
Both bottles of piss.
And our non-binary friends. So, Rob, you were floating the idea by us in episode 0 to try and figure out if these shit movies will stay in the dungeon to suffer, or if they weren't that bad, and we can release them out into the world. So
Yeah.
for 2015's Outback, and it needs to be a unanimous decision.
Correct.
I think if we can't agree, what should we do?
So I was going over it in my head, and I think if we do not agree, that we will put a poll up on Instagram, and the suckers will make the decision for us. So whichever one is the highest, that's it. If it doesn't matter, neither of us can argue it. If it goes one way or the other, we just got to take it. But
what if all of a sudden it was a 50-50 split again? What do we do?
Oh, that's a good one. You know what would be funny is we live stream, and we live stream us watching it. So they have to suffer watching our reactions, and we just berate and verbally abuse the suckers the entire time. This is your fault. You did this. Why?
I will say we might just have to put up a test poll. I know you can. So let me come back to that. Outback 2015.
Oh,
should it suffer?
It's unanimous. This is 1,000%. It stays in the dungeon to suffer. This
fucking thing sucks.
This movie was awful. It was not good.
That's all I honestly want to say about Outback. We've already said too much about it, and now moving on from that, I think we have our first divisive movie that we could put up to the suckers just for shits and gigs as a little trial run.
All right.
The Devil Made Me Do It.
Ooh.
It should suffer for eternity.
So stay tuned. Tomorrow, Monday, the poll will be live. I'll put it up between 9 a.m. and 11 or noon. Start voting. Get your word in. We want to know, because we will be covering it. I will be joining on a guest episode for The Conjuring, because I have watched all of the movies in the entire universe, every single one of them. Didn't leave a single one out, including Annabelle Come Home, which I wish I had not come home to watch that movie, because fuck, that sucked ass. It was terrible. It was even worse than the prequel, whatever that one was called. Fucking, maybe that was Come Home. I don't know. Annabelle Awakening, Creations.
Yeah, maybe.
Something.
Either way,
it sucked.
That's not the shit fiesta we're talking about.
Nope. The Devil Made Me Do It. The best of the Conjuring movies.
You're fucking insane, dude.
It was so good.
You're fucking insane.
It was so good.
Honestly, I love our recurring bits. Like shitting on the Wolfman before it came out was a great bit, but now that it's a great movie, we can't really return to it.
Yeah.
So Devil Made Me Do It. Here we go.
The Devil Made Me Like It. It was delicious. It was a good film.
Go vote. Let us know.
Yes.
Is it free to leave the dungeon, or should it be shackled to the wall, never to see the fucking light of day again? That's what it should be done. So, as we have stated, this is the season of suffering, and that was our first episode, again, 2019's Outback, and boy howdy has the suffering already been strong, and wow.
Yeah.
We are, however, going to keep the suffering train rolling here, and what a better way to fucking say another pun that I just realized. Rob is going to roll my purple spacey dice in order to find out which one of my 20 bullshit movies we are about to watch. So, Rob,
all right,
give it a roll, baby.
Here we go.
I'm startled. I'm so scared.
You got number 6.
Number 6. Okay, all right. Honestly, I just had some form of chills waiting for that number. This already sucks.
I couldn't remember what order your list was, and I was like, this is going to be one of these two that I don't want to fucking do.
It is not, however.
Oh, thank God.
Yep. We are watching, and honestly, I'm excited for this because I've got 2 of these types of movies on here. We are going to be watching Frankenstein's Island from 1981.
Ooh. All right.
I mean, I literally have no idea about it, but I saw Frankenstein in the title. I'm like, fuck it, that might be okay. In order to get ready for this bullshit fest, this shit fiesta, if you will. But Frankenstein's Island, 1981. Go watch it on Tubi. It is... But Frankenstein's Island, 1981. Go watch it on Prime. We are going to do that as well in order to get ready for episode 2 of season 3 The
Yep,
Season
yep.
of Suffering.
Oh, I'm excited, actually. This will be good. When you said I've got 2 of these, I was just like, all right. I think he had 2 like monster movies, but I think he has, like me, multiple shark movies. I was like, I'm down for either right now. Like anything to wash the taste of piss from the Outback out of my mouth makes me happy. So
a nice little palate cleanser with Frankenstein's Island. But that will be next week's episode. So thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in for this week. Rob, it's been an absolute pleasure getting back into it and having season 3 start strong. So we will be back next week with Frankenstein's Island. But until next week,
sleep tight,
suckers. Drink the piss. Drink the piss.
Drink the piss.
Oh, God.
It's pee time.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Spoiler Sleepover, but the fun won't stop there. Go follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Threads, TikTok, and if you have any episode ideas, please send them our way at spoilersleepover@gmail.com. That'd be really fantastic of you. So, until next week, sleep tight, suckers!
Spoiler Sleepover is sponsored by Gore Clown Shop.
Do you love all things horror? Books? Movies? Podcasts? Of course you do. Well, come on down to goreclown.com.
Original artwork by an indie horror fan for indie horror fans.
Use code SLEEPOVER at checkout to save 15% on your whole purchase.
Oh, and did we mention? Gore Clown is the only place to get official Spoiler Sleepover merch.
So don't forget to use Sleepover to save 15%.
Stay indie, suckers!